Hey everyone, welcome back to another practice with Laura and Jenny, Coda Yoga Studio. Today's practice is all about the shoulders. So we'll be working on a specific rotation, internal rotation of the shoulders, going for some binding. This will be working on specifically opening up the inner border of the shoulder blades, and we'll accompany that with some external rotation of the hips. So this practice will incorporate the use of maybe a strap or a towel just to help with some binding. Of course, a block or two blocks is always encouraged if you love to have that as well. So again, modifications and amplifications always given. Just enjoy some nice simple movement today. So let's go ahead and make your space. Set up your music if you want to get that started. And let's go ahead and start on our back. So no rush here, go ahead and make your way down. Welcome some space behind the hips, space behind the ribs, and space behind the shoulders. Relax your arms at your sides, and then go ahead and walk your feet together. Let your knees splay out wide. Supta Baddha Konasana. Just a very simple, gentle way to start our practice. If you are in fact seeing a little bit of discomfort in your hips with this rotation, please forego it and just bend your knees. Otherwise, just enjoy a few moments here relaxing your jaw and taking some deep breaths. And since you are in the comfort of your own home, working a little bit of Ujjayi breath or even just deep 3-part diaphragmatic breath is encouraged. Remember, the rhythm of your breath will be fine-tuned as you start to connect with your body movements, but take this time to at least start to tap into it. Start to bring the knees back up together. Draw your right knee into your chest. Hold on with your right hand and just give it some gentle knee and hip circles. So 2, maybe 3 times. Let's take that right ankle on top of the left thigh in a figure 4. Left foot can stay on the earth, or you can bring your figure 4 into your chest, interlacing the hands behind the left thigh. Left knee can stay bent, or you can straighten the left leg up toward the ceiling, either one. But as you hold, let your shoulders drop back toward the earth, and just let there be some space at the hips. Couple breaths here. And from here, grab a hold onto your right big toe with your index and middle finger. Let your left foot come to the earth. Take half happy baby pose. And keep left hip grounded onto the mat as you open that right hip. Now draw the left knee in as well and take a full happy baby pose, still holding onto the big toes. As you hold on to the toes, start to weight shift over onto your right hip. And weight shift more than you think you need to, almost all the way until that right thigh can come down to the earth. And if you can ground the right knee, so you're actually rocking all the way onto that hip, start to straighten your left leg. This is called reclined archer pose. But as you do this, push up into your left heel. Good. And then go ahead and roll on back to center, but keep your left leg straight. Open your left leg out to the left and let your right heel come in toward the inner left thigh. It's a reclined skandasana. And then bend your left knee and bring the bottoms of both feet together, heels in toward the inner thighs. And then go ahead and draw the knees together into your chest. Hold on to the shin bones. Lift your forehead and bring them up toward your knees and just round your upper back. Release. Take a full-bodied stretch. Arms up, legs long. And then nice and simple, go ahead and bend your knees again. Draw your left knee into the chest. Hold on with your left hand and again, take just a couple knee circles. And just to help Create a little bit of movement in the left hip joint. Now go ahead and cross left ankle on top of your right thigh in figure 4. Right foot can stay on the earth, or the figure 4 can come into your chest, threading the hands around the back of the right thigh. And again, you are welcome to straighten the right leg or keep the knee bent. And then slowly easing out of this, we're going to catch a hold onto the left big toe with your index and middle. Half happy baby, place the right foot on the floor. Keeping that left hip in external rotation, draw the left thigh closer toward the earth. Push down in your right foot. Now draw the right knee in. Take full happy baby, still holding onto the toes. Okay, we're going to rock. Weight shift over toward your left hip. So you'll lift your right hip pretty significantly until maybe you can even ground your left thigh or left knee on the floor. If you can, press up through your right heel, straighten the leg, right? Like you have a bow and arrow in your hands. Reclined archer pose. And stay active in your right foot as you push up. Now, keep holding the toes, rock back to center, recline skandasana. Open your right straight leg out to your right side and let your left heel come in toward the inner right thigh. And keeping the knees bent, take the bottoms of the feet together. And then for just a moment here, let the inner thighs stretch equally. And then release, hug the knees in, lift the forehead up to your knees. And then go ahead, find your full-bodied stretch one more time before we come off of our backs. Draw the knees in, go ahead, rock and roll all the way up through seated. And we're going to find our way through table into Vajrasana. So sit back onto the heels, or you can sit onto a prop. Inhale and stretch the arms above the head. We're going to work into the shoulders here just a little bit. Interlace the fingers, turn and press the palms up toward the ceiling. Good. Baddha Hastasana, bound hand pose. Good. So upward stretch through the arms, ribs pull in, low ribs draw down onto your navel. Open the arms out wide to a T, and now take the right arm under your left, eagle arms. If this is too much, grab the backs of the shoulders. Good. Now with your eagle arms, rock the forearms to your left. As you do that, drop your right ear to the right shoulder. If we do this, we round the upper back a little bit, you get a nice stretch in the inner border of your left scapula. Lift everything back up to center. Open the arms, reach up. Again, interlace, turn and press up, Baddha Hastasana. And stretch out wide. And this time, left arm goes under your right. Eagle arms or grab shoulders. If you are in eagle arms, take the forearms and just rock them a little bit to your right. Drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Open the inner border of the right scapula. Feel and create even more space between both shoulder blades, between both scapulae. Now unwind, inhale and reach back up overhead, interlace, turn and press one more time. And this time, go ahead now, open your arms to goal posts. Take a second here, check and see. We want the elbows in the same line as the shoulders, and the forearms coming straight up out of the elbows. Now start to tip the elbows forward just a little bit more, thinking about squeezing the shoulder blades back, backs of the hands behind you a little more. Now as this happens, draw your low ribs back down into your navel, start to turn the forearms down, and feel your shoulder blades hug in. Again, take a second here to feel this. Hug your forearms in just a little bit closer so they drape right down from the elbows. Reach back and catch a hold onto opposite wrist, forearm, or if you can, start to walk the fingers over and catch a hold onto opposite elbow. Let's sit the head over the ribs and the back of the ribs over the back of the hips. Inhale and unwind. Lift your arms back up overhead. Hands come down to the earth and then just gently press to down dog. Welcome just a few breaths here in down dog. Shift weight, stretch out the legs a little bit. Soften the heart back to the thighs, another round or two of breath. And inhale, and stretch the right leg up and into the air, one-legged downward facing dog. Then just gently take that right foot, step it forward in between your hands. Squish the left leg back, lower the knee. Please feel free to pad up underneath the knee. Take your time and lift up into a low lunge. Find your balance, then wrap the right hand behind your back, walking fingertips over toward the left side waist. And sweep the left arm down at your left side. Walk that hand back a little bit. See if the right hand can catch a hold at the elbow or just above. Turn your left palm forward, and as you inhale, lift the left forearm and the left palm. Exhale, straighten the left arm. Inhale, pull it forward. And exhale, down. Inhale, pull it forward. Hold, start to serve the left fingertips forward just a little more. Feel how that draws the right shoulder blade in, opens the front of the right shoulder head. And then release the left hand. Inhale, both arms lift. And then place the hands down, circle the right arm up, revolve low lunge, gentle twist. Circle the hand down, stay low, pull back into a half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. Curl the toes back toward your knee, send your ribs, send your navel, send your sternum forward. Bend the knee, lift your left. Step it on back in a downward facing dog. And inhale, stretch the left leg into the air. Place the left foot forward in between the hands, find your lunge. Lower the right knee to the earth. Take an inhale into low lunge. As you find that balance, send the left arm, wrap it behind your back. Walk the fingertips over toward the side waist best you can. Right hand straight down at your side, but pull the forearm back a little bit, grabbing a hold onto the fingertips. Then inhale, turn your right palm forward and lift it up. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift the forearm. Exhale, down. And then inhale, lift the forearm, hold here, and think about reaching the right fingertips a little bit further forward. Strong grasp with your left hand. And then release the right arm. Lift both arms overhead. Exhale, hands come down, circle left arm right up into the air, revolve low lunge. Circle the left hand down, pull back, Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. Few deep breaths here. Bend the left knee, plant the hands, step it on back to down dog. Stretch to the tiptoes, draw the navel in and shift forward to plank pose. Exhale, bend the elbows, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Some variation on Namaskar for today's practice. First round will go a little slower. Inhale, stretch the right leg into the air. Exhale, step the right foot through to lunge. Find your weight in your legs and inhale, rise to crescent. Sweep the right hand behind your back, walk the fingertips over to the side waist. Side bend the left arm over to your right. And then sweep the left arm down to the earth, twist, but keep your right hand behind your back. Half bound revolve lunge. Straighten the right leg, turn your chest down, both hands to the floor, variation on pyramid pose. Bend the knee, plant your hands, take it back to chaturanga. Inhale, roll open, press down into your feet, lift your heart. Downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch the left leg into the air. Step the foot forward to lunge. Inhale up, crescent pose. Left hand goes behind the back, exhale. Inhale, side bend to your left. Exhale, right hand to the floor. Turn the ribs open, send the chest up. And then chest down, hands down, straighten the leg and fold. Bend the knee, plant, stay low, right into chaturanga. Inhale, open the heart. Downward facing dog. A little more sequencing with breath. Right leg lifts. Exhale, step it forward. In breath to lift up. Exhale, right hand wraps. Inhale, side bend. Exhale, left hand down. Turn open the chest. Breathe in. Exhale, straighten the right leg, chest down, fold. Inhale, plant the hands. Step back, exhale, right to chaturanga. Inhale, open the heart. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, left leg lifts. Step it through, exhale. Rise on inhalation. Left arm wraps. Inhale, side bend to your left. Exhale, hand down, turn the chest. Inhale, hold. Exhale, release, fold. Bend the knee, plant, step back, breathe out, chaturanga. Inhale, lift the heart. Down dog, exhale. One more round, each side. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step through. Inhale, rise up. Right hand wraps, exhale. Inhale, side bend. Exhale, hand down. Turn the ribs. Inhale, hold. Take it down, fold, exhale. Bend the knee, breathe in, take it back. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, open your heart. Down dog, exhale. Last one. Inhale, raise the left. Exhale, step through. Breathe in, lift up. Left hand wraps, exhale. Side bend, inhale. Hand down, exhale. Turn the ribs, breathe in tall. Take it down, forward fold over the left thigh. Step it back, chaturanga. Inhale, heart up. Exhale, down dog. Give it just a moment or two here in downward facing. And look back to your toes. And take your hands, start to walk them backward to the back of your yoga mat, finding a forward fold. Padangusthasana, catch a hold onto the big toes, lift your chest. Exhale, bend the elbows, fold in. Relax the nape of the neck. Align the hips right over the heels. Inhale, straighten your arms, lift your chest. Hands down, walk it back forward. Downward facing dog. Second little namaskar flow. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, step it forward. Spin the back heel to the floor. Find warrior two. Open your chest. Wrap the left hand behind your back. Turn your right palm up and reverse your warrior with a half bind. Slowly straighten your right leg. Start to reach your arm forward and take the hand down to the floor or a prop. Half bound triangle pose. Lift your chest. Bend the knee. Come back. Open the arms, warrior two. Hands to floor. Step it back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, rise. Downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch left leg into the air. Step the foot through, spin the right heel. Inhale, windmill up. Hold on, exhale, wrap the right hand behind your back. Turn the left palm, inhale, reach back. Straighten the left leg, send the left arm forward, half bound triangle. Take your time with that transition. Bend the knee, open back up, warrior two. Hands down, chaturanga, perhaps a one-legged chaturanga. Hold navel in, heart open. Lift the chest. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Step it through, spin the heel. Rise. Exhale, wrap the left hand. Inhale, half bound reverse. Straighten the right leg, start to fold, half bound triangle. Open the chest, lift your gaze. Take it back, warrior two. Open the arms. Hands come down, one-legged chaturanga. Now if you want to take that extra push-up, lower, lift, and lower again, chaturanga. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch your left leg into the air. Exhale, step it forward, spike the back heel, lift it up, breathe in. Exhale, wrap the right hand, turn your left palm, and inhale, reach back, half bound, reverse. Forward, half bound triangle, take your time. Open your chest. Bend the knee, come back up, warrior two. Hands come down, take it back. One or maybe a second push-up here. And then we'll meet in downward facing dog. Full round of breath. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, step through, drop the heel. Inhale, lift up, wrap the left arm. Inhale, reverse. Half bound triangle, exhale. Open the chest. Bend the knee, warrior two. Hands come down, 1, 2, or maybe 3 push-ups. Move through your vinyasa, and we'll all meet in down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Step it through, drop the heel. Inhale up, wrap the right arm. Inhale, reverse. Triangle, half bind, left arm down. Bend the knee, back to warrior two. Hands down, 1, 2, or 3 push-ups. We'll all meet in down dog. You got plenty of time here. Breathe it out. Good. As you look back at your feet, imagine the ball mounds of your feet are gripping the mat, pulling back. Find the tiptoes. Look forward this time. Tiptoes, step, or float the feet up to the top of your mat. Find a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, and release. Now slide the hands underneath your feet, Padahastasana, walking the toes up toward the ball mounds of the hand or even the wrist creases. Let your exhales draw the navel in and the chest pour forward over the thighs. Take this moment just to enjoy some flexion in the wrists and some release in the forearms. Inhale, lift your chest. Place the hands on your waist, little bend in your knees. Rise all the way to standing. All right. From your standing posture, take the hands out wide. Interlace them behind your back. Make a fist. Lengthen the knuckles down the spine. Draw the shoulder blades in. Keep the feet wide. Bend the knees and pour the chest down. Vara Parangushtasana, a bound forward fold. Good. Let the back of the neck relax here. Top of the head drops toward earth. Turn the gaze to your right. Turn the gaze to the left. Gaze to center. Hands slide down to the earth. Half lift, and then Vinyasa or just simple step into down dog. Take just a moment here in downward facing dog. Find your space again and start to find that rhythm of breath. Raise the right leg. Now open the right hip, but keep the right leg straight like upside down triangle. Good. Step the right foot forward in between the hands. Find your lunge. Send your gaze forward and inhale up into crescent pose. Take the hands, bring them behind the back. Now option 1, catch a hold onto opposite arm. Option 2, start to walk the hands up the back, reverse namaste position. So like hands at heart position, but behind your back. So you'll walk the palms together up the spine. Okay, a trick here is to get a little bit higher up between the shoulder blades, flip the palms so they're together, and then let the elbows draw back, let your chest lift up. As you do that, feel the low ribs pull down into your navel. Feel your back ribs go into your hands a little bit. If this is too much on your wrists, just catch a hold on the opposite arm. It's doing the same thing. Straighten the right leg, step your back foot in and spin the heel down, so slightly shorter stance, keeping the hands in the same position. Send your ribs forward and fold over the right thigh. Good. Elongate the spine over the right leg. Because the hands are not onto the earth, make the legs nice and sturdy. Use your core to help stabilize you. Deep breaths. Start to gently release the hands down to the earth. And spin it off to the left side. Find Skandasana, or like a skater lunge, side lunge. Drop the hips and the arms can just relax forward and on the earth. And keep the right leg active as you reach through the ball mound of the right foot. Plant the hands, start to slide it back forward, find your lunge at the top of your mat. And take it back to Chaturanga Dandasana. And inhale, stretch the left leg into the air. And then again, upside down triangle, turn the hip open, but keep the legs straight. Exhale, step the left foot through in between your hands. Rise to crescent pose. Inhale, stretch the arms, turn the palms in to face each other. Lengthen down the spine, reach the hands behind your back, or start to walk the forearms up, right? Like you're trying to get the palms in between the shoulder blades. And then take the palms together and reverse namaste. As you do that, again, front ribs pull in toward the navel, back ribs start to actually push into the hands a little bit. Right hip bone pulls forward and up, chest lifts just a little. Straighten the left leg, very slowly step it in, turn it forward, and fold. Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Let the hands come down to the earth. Turn it off to your right. Turn out the right toes. Skandasana, side lunge. Take just a moment here, finding some length on your left leg. Plant the hands, tip forward and walk it back into your lunge facing the front. And take it back to Chaturanga. We'll move back into down dog. Again, just take a round or two of breath. Inhale, let's stretch the right leg back into the air. Step the foot through, find your lunge. Spin the left heel down and rise up into Warrior Two. Similarly, here in Warrior Two, wrap the left hand behind your back. Walk fingertips over to the sideways. Turn the right palm up. Half bound reverse warrior. Big space here in your right ribs. And then send the right hand down to earth or to prop. Half bound side angle. Use this posture to help prepare the shoulders, that sense of rotation. Left ribs lift. Top fingertips walk down the spine. Now start to straighten the right leg, a nice long wide stride here in half bound triangle pose. Again, same work with your shoulder and your spine. Make that what your focus is. Now bend the right knee, slide the right fingertips forward for half moon. Option to stay in your half bind. Lift the left leg and drive out through the left foot. Block is a great option here. Slow bend in your right knee as you step it on back. Warrior Two, open both arms. Hands down to the floor. Vinyasa or right into down dog. Inhale, stretch the left leg up and into the air. Step the left foot forward in between your hands. Spin the back heel down and rise up again into Warrior Two. Wrap the right hand behind you. Turn your left palm up and inhale, reach back. Half bound, reverse warrior. Exhale, bring it forward into half bound side angle. And then place hand to earth or to prop. Spin the ribs open. And press hand down into the earth to lengthen the front of the spine. Turn the heart open just a little more. Just hold that there. We'll straighten your left leg. Find half bound triangle. Stay light on the left arm. Spin the ribs open just a little bit more. Tone the left inner thigh. Bend the left knee. Send it forward half moon. This again can be half bound, or if you need to, you can release the right hand. Otherwise, stay focused here with that right hand wrapped behind you. It will build to where we're going. Strong in the left leg, strong in the right leg. One more breath. Slow, long stride back into Warrior Two. Open up your arms. And then take hands to the earth. Take it back, Chaturanga. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch the right leg into the air. Again, open the hip, upside down triangle. Step the right foot forward in between the hands, spin the left heel down, and inhale up into Warrior Two. Building on, wrap the left hand behind your back, flip the right palm, and inhale into Reverse Warrior. Exhale, here's your full bind now. So shoulders are a little more open. You can slide the right hand underneath the right thigh. Okay, so internal rotation, meaning that right shoulder is rotating in, upper arm is rotating in. And as you catch a hold with strap or towel, whatever you have, start to straighten the right leg and add in this aspect of triangle pose with a bind. Stay firm in your right heel, pressing down the earth, and turn your chest open. Now you have some options here for half moon. You can stay half bound, you can release your bind altogether, or you can start to slowly work it into a fully bound half moon pose. Arms stay right where they are. Weight shift forward, almost like a standing split. Spread the left toes. Send your gaze forward. Drive up and back. And then gently release back down, up and into Warrior Two. Deep breaths. And exhale, hands come back down to the earth. Take it back, Vinyasa. Big breaths in, big breaths out. And here we go. Inhale, stretch the left leg into the air. Open the hip. Step the left foot through. Drop the right heel down, find warrior two again. All right, warrior two. Wrap the right hand behind the back. Turn your left palm up. Inhale, half bound reverse. Get as much space as you can here. Sink deep into the left hip. And then reach forward, half bound or fully bound side angle. As you rotate the shoulder in, start to walk the fingertips around the outer thigh. So the space in between your hip and your knee. Good. Catch a hold with towel or strap. So if it is so complicated that it is pulling at your shoulder, pulling at your wrist, or if you're binding in between the legs, right at the groin, I want you to back out, grab a towel. Otherwise, if all feels good, start to straighten the left leg, work half or full bound triangle pose. And again, a couple choices here for your half moon. Take this transition slowly. Start to step or tiptoe right foot in, weight shift forward, go slow. Right, start with tiptoes, maybe a little bit of hang time as that right leg lifts. Do the best you can. And then come on back out, find a warrior two. Windmill the hands down, take it back, and vinyasa. Full breath in and breath out here in downward facing. Stretch the right leg back into the air. Look forward, step the right foot to the outside of your right hand, lizard lunge. Lengthen your left leg and lower the left knee. So two different lizard poses here that are mostly to help teach the action of the shoulder and also find some depth in your left front hip. Reach the right hand back. Variation 1, as you lift the back foot, catch a hold on what is the pinky edge side of your foot. Okay, this is sort of what we're going to call the inner arch because it is closer to the body. Okay, and as you turn the ribs open, turn your chest open, we have that shoulder in an external rotation. Now start to walk the hand to what is the inner border of your foot, but it'll kind of feel like the outside edge since it's near the outside of your mat. Take that, turn your chest forward, right? Angle your heart, angle your ribs forward, best you can. And see if that changes the stretch at all for you. Start to release the left foot, lift the left knee and drop the heel. Thread the right arm underneath the right thigh, half bound or fully bound lizard pose. Wrap the left arm around, catch a hold either with a towel or with a strap. Sink forward into your right thigh, imagine the top of the head going down to the earth. And stay strong in the left thigh. Release the hands and go back simply to downward facing dog. And inhale, stretch the left leg into the air. Look forward, step it to the outside of your left hand. Lower the right knee. Again, you can pat it up. Two different rotations here. Right hand stays. Left arm is going to sway all the way back. Catch a hold on what is the pinky edge side of your right foot. Left shoulder is in external rotation, turning open your ribs. There's a little bit of an element of a twist. Now you can even press the foot into the hand. And for those that feel okay with this, check a different rotation. Walk the fingertips to what is the inner border of your foot. Kind of feels like it's the outside edge because it's near the edge of your mat. And your shoulder turns forward, more of an internal rotation. Turn your ribs, turn your chest forward best you can, like you're actually spinning your sternum to the front. And release the foot, lift the back knee, spin the heel. Drop the chest low like chaturanga, thread the left arm underneath. And catch a hold in half bound or fully bound lizard. In just your half bind, if the full bind is not there, keep your right hand to the floor and work threading the left arm underneath. Let the top of the head come down toward the earth. And then release the hands. Plant and step back to down dog. Let the legs just take some length here in downward facing. Focus on stretching the back of the thighs, back of the calves, back side of the heels. Look forward, point the toes, and come to a seated posture, sending legs out long. Paschimottanasana, send the ribs forward, catch a hold onto the shins, the feet, or just rest the hands on the earth. Seated forward fold. Make the legs active, make the feet active here, so drive out through the heels. Catch a hold onto the big toes, lift your chest. Weight shift in your left leg, start to lift the right leg. Imagine you're holding a bow and arrow, start to bend the right knee, pull the heel back toward your right ear. Lift up, take the left hand onto that right heel, thread the right arm around the inside of the right thigh. This is your seated bird of paradise. Take the right hand, wrap around. Now I'm using a towel, so you can see how I'm doing this here. Towel with the left hand sweeps around your back. Good. You can either straighten your left leg or bend the knee. Up through the right heel. Seated bird of paradise, open your chest. And then release. And then release, slide the leg out. Take back your Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. Again, interlace around the big toes. Lift your chest, weight shift onto your right leg. See if that left heel can even just lift just a tiny bit. It doesn't have to go all the way up. If it can, pull the knee back like you're bringing heel toward the cheek. Sit up all the way, thread the left arm underneath. Think shoulder onto that, knee onto the left shoulder. If you're using a towel, take the towel in your right hand, thread your left arm around the left hip, close the gap on the towel as best you can, turn your ribs open, drive up through your left heel, seated bird of paradise. Good. Make the left leg strong as it reaches up. And then bend the left knee, release towel or grip, and take it back down. Nice. Scoot forward and go ahead, lay down on your back. We're going to work just some gentle somatics here. So we did a lot with the spine. So just letting the spine kind of come down here. This is a arch and flatten. So hands just at your side, hips will stay down the whole time. We're going to let the low back lift, take a little arch, like cat and cow. And as you exhale, tuck the tail and bring it forward toward the heels. And inhale, arch, and exhale, flatten. And inhale, arch again. And exhale, flatten tail toward heels. And inhale one more time, arch the low back. And exhale, flatten the low back. And then inhale and arch the low back, preparing for bridge pose. Now flatten the low back, tail toward your heels. Push down with your hands. Start to lift the hips, driving feet down into the mat. You can interlace your hands and make a fist underneath the low back, or really great option instead is just to grab for the sides of your mat. Heels underneath the knees. Push the floor away. Let your hips, let your ribs, let your chest lift. Nice strong breath here as you hold. And then exhale and slowly release the hips back down. Nice. We're going to take some variation on supine twisting. So I'd like you with your knees bent to walk your left heel underneath the right knee toward your right hand. Grab a hold onto that heel with your right hand. Draw your right knee into your chest and hold your knee with your left hand. Now that's stage one. Stage two, hold on to that right leg. So think outer edge of the foot with your left hand and straighten it up toward the ceiling. So right hand is holding that bottom left leg. Left hand is crisscross and reaching up to a straight right leg. There's a little bit of like a pyramid pose here as the big toe reaches over toward the left. Now take this into a twist. Let that right leg start to roll all the way on to your left side. Right hand still holding that bottom heel or bottom foot. Good. Left hand can prop up. You can bend the elbow. And then bend top knee, release the grip, and come back to center. Bending both knees. Right heel walks underneath the left knee toward your left hand. Hold the foot. Left knee comes into your chest, gets held by your right hand, knee, or you can hold the outside edge of your foot, straighten the leg. Okay, as you press up through your top leg, drop down through your right knee. Good. Press your foot or your knee into your hand and start to roll onto your right hip, taking your twist. Again, the right elbow can prop up the foot. If at any point this is too much, just release either hand off either leg. And then unwind, start to release the grip, roll on back to center. Take a full-bodied stretch, send your legs out long, reach the arms up overhead. Big inhale and draw the knees into your chest for happy baby pose, Ananda Balasana. Okay. In your happy baby, we are prepped to work a variation often known as cradle variation, where you straighten both legs out wide. Drive out through the heels, let your tailbone drop down, and relax your abdomen so you're not holding so much tension in the front. Relax the shoulders, relax the eyes. Bend the knees, take the bottoms of the feet together, let your knees open out wide. Supta Baddha Konasana, but your knees still lifted. You can interlace your hands around the outer edge of the feet. Take the big toes together, come down into full reclined Baddha Konasana, butterfly. Arms relax at your sides, and you are welcome to stay here in your Shavasana. Or if you are ready to spread out and take our traditional Shavasana shape, you can do that. As you're at home, if you want to migrate to the wall or use any props you'd like to for your rest, now is the time. Allow yourself to make that transition not only physically but mentally. Allow the back of your body to drop down simply, easily into earth. Take deep breaths and welcome yourself to close out this practice. Our hearts into each of yours with deep respect, much peace, and joy always. Rest easy. Namaste.